and welcome back to Plays Well with Butter. I'm Jess Larson, and today we're making the ultimate taco truck dinner at home, chicken al pastor. Inspired by iconic tacos al pastor, this fun recipe makes it easy to recreate those taco truck flavors and textures at home using a sheet pan and your oven's broiler. We'll marinate chicken in a citrusy, earthy homemade al pastor marinade, then pop it on a sheet pan with bits of tangy sweet pineapple, and from there the oven does all the work, baking the chicken to juicy perfection, then broiling for irresistible caramelization and char that's signature to traditional spit-roasted al pastor. This 40-minute recipe is perfect for building tacos, burritos, burrito bowls, nachos, and so much more. It's easy, fast, flavorful, and versatile. You're gonna be obsessed. At the heart of this recipe is a simple al pastor marinade. Made with 10 simple ingredients in less than 1 minute thanks to a blender, this marinade is what gives the signature flavor and brilliant color of traditional al pastor to the chicken. To a high-speed blender, add orange juice, apple cider vinegar, garlic, smoky chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, seasonings like brown sugar, chili powder, cumin, and oregano, and achiote paste. Achiote paste is a seasoning made with ground annatto seeds that's commonly used in Mexican and Central American cuisine. It's earthy and bitter in flavor, which in my experience gives traditional al pastor its signature flavor and color. Now you can find achiote in the form of a ground seasoning or a paste, and it's readily available at any Mexican market, but you can also buy it online. I'll link the paste that I'm using here in the description below. Once all of the ingredients are in the blender, pop on the lid and blend until it's a smooth mixture. And from there, just pour your marinade over boneless, skinless chicken and thinly sliced onion. Now, I much prefer using chicken thighs for this recipe since they're so flavorful and stay nice and juicy, but you can feel free to swap them out with chicken breasts if you prefer. Toss everything together to ensure all the chicken is coated well, then set aside to marinate. It's ideal to marinate at least 6 hours or up to 3 days in the refrigerator. But if you're running short on time, you can prep this all right at dinner time and your chicken al pastor will still be super tasty. Now, if you're not familiar, al pastor is traditionally made by roasting pork on a vertical spit. And as that spit rotates, the al pastor takes on gloriously charred edges. Then it's carved to order and served on tortillas. If this sounds similar to lamb shawarma, that's no coincidence. It's said that al pastor is traditionally based on the spit-style cooking method brought to Mexico with Lebanese immigrants in the 19th century. Since most home cooks don't have a vertical spit, I really wanted to figure out how to recreate that caramelized flavor and charred texture. And as it turns out, the answer is simple. We're using the broiler in our oven. At dinner time, you'll preheat the oven to 425 degrees. You're gonna wanna make sure that one of the racks is in the center position of the oven and another is 6 to 8 inches under the broiler. Transfer the marinated chicken and onions to a sheet pan with some cubed pineapple, and there's no need to use all of the marinade that's left in the bowl because we don't want our chicken al pastor to steam, but you can spoon some of the leftover marinade over the pineapple to ensure it's nicely seasoned. Pop it in the oven on the center rack and roast just until the chicken is almost cooked through. The total amount of time is going to depend on the thickness of your chicken, but it takes about 15 to 18 minutes if you're using chicken thighs. Remove the sheet pan from the oven, then carefully dice the chicken into bite-sized pieces, about the same size as the pineapple. You'll return the chicken to the sheet pan, mix it up with the pineapple and onion, then pop the sheet pan under the broiler. This is where the magic happens. The open flame of the broiler caramelizes the natural sugars in the al pastor marinade and the pineapple, creating crispy bits that mimic street cart style al pastor tacos. It's so good, and it really couldn't be easier. As always, you're gonna wanna keep a close eye on the sheet pan as it broils and rotate it as needed to help everything caramelize evenly. After 4 to 5 minutes, everything will be beautifully charred and you're ready to serve. Now, the fun thing about this recipe is the fact that it's endlessly versatile. You can enjoy your chicken al pastor in burritos, burrito bowls, on a tostada, served on nachos, about a billion different ways. But you know that I'm street taco obsessed, so I like to serve mine up in tacos. Here's how I do it. I take a warm and lightly charred corn tortilla, which I char on my stove over a gas burner. It's really quick. Then spread a little mashed avocado over top, pile on that chicken al pastor, and be sure to get plenty of those bits of caramelized pineapple too, and finish with chopped cilantro and a spritz of fresh lime juice. If I have some cotija cheese on hand, I'll sprinkle that on top too. They're so pretty, but they're also so delicious. The al pastor marinade gives everything a beautifully earthy and citrusy flavor, but the very best part are those crispy edges of the chicken and pineapple. They have that deep charred flavor of street cart style al pastor, and you didn't even have to leave the house. So there you have it, the most delicious at-home al pastor with chicken. It's so fun and so easy to make and so delicious. So head over to Plays Well with Butter for the full recipe. But before you go, be sure to like and subscribe for more unfussy recipes that pack a big punch of flavor, and I'll see you next time.